Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Nice fucking model!
I'm here to fucking amuse you.
Go fuck yourself.
You're gonna fuck my slutty little mouth.
What the fuck?
Fuck you!
Fuckity fuck fuck, Joe.
Every great movie has an edge. This is MoviefWords, where we unpack all the language, the mayhem, and the moments that define swearing in cinema.
Welcome back to MoviefWords, the podcast that counts the swear words so you don't have to, and occasionally wonders why the MPAA lets a single F-bomb slip through like it's a rare Pokemon. I'm your host, Paul, and with me today again are Eric, Chris, and Nathan. That's Nathan with a Y in the middle. And today we're digging into a very special archaeological site, the PG-13 F-bomb. You get one per movie, use it wisely, or absolutely waste it. And oh, do some movies waste it. This episode is our Trash and Treasure tour. We're sifting through the cinematic toilet to find the PG-13 F-bombs that sparkle, the ones that stink of shit, and the ones that feel like the director whispered, "Just say it, we paid for it." From perfectly timed comedic detonations to limp little mumbles that barely qualify as profanity, we're taking the good, the bad, and the why did you even bother. So grab your gloves, we're dumpster diving through Hollywood's most rationed swear word. Let's find out which PG-13 movies turned their one shot into gold and which ones dropped it straight into the trash. So I find that the single use of a fuck in a PG-13 movie does a major disservice to the viewers, because I feel like it's the director or the writer, everybody involves expression of their art and their performances, and only getting one of those fucks in per PG-13 seems like it would be a major, I don't want to say circumcision, but circumcision to the movie, because it's, they write it so they can freely talk and freely say that what they want, but when it's PG-13, I really feel like they're neutered and they can't say any as much as they would like to say or what they want to say. I see it as a freedom of expression in their art, and when it's R-rated, it's an unfiltered version of that expression of art. So Die Hard, for example, is my yardstick. So there's plenty of violence and language that seems realistic without going over the top. There's swearing in places that make sense. There's like when he's getting in a fight, he's swearing. When he's getting shot at, he's swearing. That makes sense because that's times when I would be yelling out fuck. So then there's movies like Kill Bill where it was like a comic book style violence, but it was still expressionistic because it was rated R. He could do whatever he wanted. So I'm not talking the entire time. Who else has any opinions on this kind of thing?
I mean, I can understand limiting the curse words in a PG-13 movie, but I think one is a little bit wild. Like maybe 3, 5, some other number, but one, I think that's pushing it. If you're going to say it once, you might as well be able to say it twice, 3 times, 4 times. I don't know what the magic number is, but I think it's reasonable to say it's more than one.
Yeah, I agree with that. One seems like such an arbitrary number that somebody just pulled out of a hat, basically. Like the most recent one that I can think of is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. There's one F-bomb in there. There are no F-bombs in any of the other 2 movies. There's no F-bombs in the whole of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think, before that one. And so I think they tried to make a big deal out of it. But yeah, if Chris Pratt's going to say it one time, he's probably going to say it more than one time, given the situations in those movies. So why waste it on just that one? Either don't have it at all, I think, or let them say whatever they want. I don't understand why one is okay, but 2 is bad.
I feel that if you use the one fuck that you get creatively enough, that it can really make a movie better, because you got that nugget, that diamond, and if you use it at the right place, it could really elevate the movie. I was just thinking about this. The example that I can think of two, but the biggest one is Ron Burgundy when
Yep.
they're trying to fool each other, and at the end they write his own script, and he reads off, "Go fuck yourself, San Diego." That was
Yeah.
Yeah,
such
that's a good example. Yes.
elevate that character so much in that scene and everything that was happening that it wouldn't have made any impact if it was a rated R movie. It just wasn't. But because of the PG-13 rating, that just really took it to the next level. I felt being creative.
Yeah. To me, that's the pinnacle of what you can do with it. That's the thought I had in my head was Anchorman as well.
Mine's Beetlejuice when he yells out, "Nice fucking model."
That
Like,
classic one.
Yeah.
Grabs himself. I like that one. That's
yeah,
good.
and like the whole movie, you don't think that. Well, I mean, Beetlejuice is a crass character, but that
Yes.
line right there exemplifies what Beetlejuice is.
But-
so if he wasn't allowed to say that, then I would think, all right, Beetlejuice is not as tough as he's made out to be.
Beetlejuice is a perfect example of when to use the fuck word when you're not expecting it. Him kicking over the tree and say, "Nice fucking model." That's funny because later on he goes to an actual whorehouse and he doesn't use the F word, which would probably be appropriate at a whorehouse. All he says was, "Yeah, I'm feeling in a certain mood, you know?" And that's what he says. And then the house appears and he walks up to it and dances and whatnot. But because you don't use it in the environment that you think you're going to, I just think that makes it more better.
How about in Billy Madison when he's like, "Go find that fucking dog"? That was another one I could think of.
Fantastic.
Now there's also the yippee-ki-yay motherfuckers in the PG-13 version of the Live Free Die Hard. That was the only one they let through. It wasn't very empathetic. He didn't emphasize it, but that was the only time he said it. Now there's the unrated version that has way more, which befuddles me as to why they would have an unrated PG-13 version where it's swearing more. Like, just release that version,
Yeah. Billy Madison and the what's the second movie you just said?
Which one?
Billy Madison and what? Oh, the Die Hard. Yeah.
Die Hard. Yeah.
PG-13. Yeah. So that's just an example of a squandered F word because I don't remember those two scenes. I don't.
Really?
And I guess they too memorable, even though they dropped the F bomb in the middle of the movie. They're gonna stop memorable to me.
I was gonna say that's the yardstick that I would use. Do you remember it? Like everybody remembers "Go fuck yourself, San Diego." Even sometimes in the same series of movies, like X-Men First Class, when they try to recruit Wolverine, he has that quick cameo where he says "Go fuck yourself" as soon as they start talking. That's a pretty memorable thing. But then in the Dark Phoenix movie, I think it's Cyclops says "Don't fucking touch her" when somebody's reaching for Jean Grey or something. I don't know. It was. I literally can't even remember it, even though I'm trying to remember it right now. So that's just an example of where it's the same exact series of movies, but one's memorable and one's not.
Yeah, there's the ones where they just yell "fuck" or "get your hands off her, fucker" or something like that. That's stupid. Like you have to make it memorable, like Anchorman or X-Men First Class. Like it's the timing.
Yeah, that's which brings me to my other point of wasted fuck lines in movies because, like Chris said in Dark Phoenix, Cyclops had that throwaway line, and then in I don't know if you guys have seen the A-Team movie, but they don't quite finish the word "fuck" in the PG-13 version when he's yelling out things like "oh mother," and then like they cut away or anything like that. So I thought this is an action movie with a bunch of tough guys and nobody's swearing. What's that all about? But taking me to my next point though, is there a movie that doesn't have any F words in it that you think would ruin it if it did? Like, for example, Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, like one of those big movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, both of them. Absolutely.
the Return of the King, the third Lord of the Rings movie, is PG-13. And while there would be some, I don't know, there'd be some funny spots like when all the ghosts come flying off of the ships, when the troll breaks down the door as they finally get into the city. Those would have been places you could probably put one in, but I think that in that case for sure, it definitely takes away from it. You know, I Empire, I think, was at one point was rated PG-13. Empire Strikes Back, and I can't imagine anything that would take me out of a Star Wars movie less or more rather than an F word.
All Star Wars movies are PGs except for Return of the Sith, which is a PG-13 movie. Nerd.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with Nathan on that one. But so there's a few PG-13 movies that should have been R that came to mind that I made a short list on. And the first one on that has got to be Mortal Kombat, because that was a very violent game. And the movie
I disagree.
was just, you don't think the game was violent?
No,
the movie, no.
No, that's what I'm saying. The movie needs to be rated R. It was watered down.
Oh no. Oh.
I mean, the movie's pretty much just a play for play of, what is it, Enter the Dragon, I believe. It's
it could have been better. I know it's good as is, but I feel like they had taken out a lot of things.
Okay. I'm just trying to process the dumbest shit you just fucking said here. So you want the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie to be rated R?
I wanted it to be more violent to be rated R.
Oh, that's a different story. Okay, I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I thought you were being like a...
No, the content of the movie should have gotten it rated R, but the content they had used was only PG-13 content.
Christian.
Yeah, I thought you had your panties in a twist, like one of those moms in the 90s or something.
No, the movie itself is not violent. It's not. There's no cursing in it. It's just some dudes like kicking each other.
Okay. Yes.
How come nobody kicks somebody in half?
Okay. Well, okay. Here we go.
Okay.
The Mortal Kombat movie came out, and I think it was the third or fourth video game to movie after Super Mario Brothers, Double Dragon, Street Fighter, and then Mortal Kombat. And they really didn't know how to make Mortal Kombat or video game 2 movies done well. They were working on it. They were figuring it out. It was the 90s. This shit was crazy. But they only had 2 Mortal Kombats to work with, 1 and 2. Violent as they are, but they really didn't get into the super violence of what Mortal Kombat has become today. And if you watch the current Mortal Kombat movies, which came out right before COVID or during COVID, 2021, the sequel was actually coming out this year. Those 2 movies are violent AF, and those capture the Mortal Kombat spirit. I just figure that back in the day, they didn't have the source material, and they couldn't get as much through the censors as they can now because they don't release them in theaters. They release them on streaming services, which don't have to go through all the rigor that movies used to have to, blockbuster movies back in the day.
Hang on, I want to take it off topic for just a second. You guys see Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Man, fucking
guilty pleasure.
When it's like a fever dream, they're fucking traveling through the earth in these like gladiator ball spheres where they like run and.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's like someone never played Mortal Kombat, but just kind of walked by the arcade machine one day while their kid were playing it, and they had to make a movie about it. So they were like, "Well, fuck, I've seen Conan the Barbarian. Let's do fucking that."
Yeah.
Everybody see Little Big Trouble in Little China? Yeah, let's do that.
I have not seen it. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, but
you really need to watch it. I'm gonna be real.
Clearly,
you should definitely have some weed with you when you do that too. By the way.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which.
So what about my next example, Alien versus Predator, which was only PG-13? Should that not have been more violent and more fucks given and rated R?
Every Alien and Predator movie should be fucking R. Just go ultra violent, curse words left and right.
Well, they are R.
Go wild with it.
They are. But I mean, if you get the rating, just go for it at that point, right? You can't get
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what
Give me an
about
NC-17
well
Predator
NC-17? I'm like,
Alien.
I don't feel offended by NC-17. I feel like they had plenty of stuff in there that they wanted to say and do, and that was just the rating they slapped on there. Like Showgirls, I don't really know why it's NC-17. I mean, with all the content that's in there, I can.
It's
Showgirls, by
stupid.
today's standard, is one of the most. It's just a tame softcore porn.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not very.
You wouldn't even get that shit on Skinamax these days.
Yeah, I see why the big deal about it being NC-17 and being publicly released back then, but I was watching, I was like, what makes this really that bad that it's worse than what's on HBO or Skinamax at the time?
Yeah, any of the Lars von Trier movies, like Nymphomaniac, that shit is NC-17. But yeah, I remember it was a huge deal when Showgirls got the wide release as NC-17. I remember it being big news. But yeah, I mean, you go back and look at it right now, and you're just like, oh, the guy from Twin Peaks is in this, and that's like the biggest takeaway that you have from it anymore.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is just this is pretty lame. So what about a show like Walking Dead, where it's just pure violence but no foul language?
That's
Like
hampered by TV. I think that one.
If it was on
just
HBO, it would be much. I feel like I'd still be watching
let me rephrase that. That's on basic cable and not premium cable. How about that? There's only so much you can do on AMC. Like HBO, yeah, I think they'd be swearing all the time, and it would make sense because they're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, for Christ's sake. But if you're on AMC, you're not getting 10, 20 fucks per episode across the censors. There's just no way that's happening.
I would have loved to see Breaking
It never
Bad
took
on
me out of the moment, though. Oh, yeah. No, that would be good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, shows like Breaking Bad and Walking Dead, like, they did a great job without using a bunch of curse words or, I guess, ultra violence. I mean, I didn't notice. I wasn't, like, taken out of it, like, oh, they could have done better with this.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing is there's some movies that don't have swearing that you're just, oh, that was a great movie, and it doesn't need to have swearing. Like Jaws is rated R, but not for language. Poltergeist, you had a guy ripping his face off, and that was only PG at the time. You got Ravenous, which is about cannibals. No swearing. There's no swearing in that movie, but it's rated R. Jurassic Park, you had dinosaurs eating people. Nobody said fuck.
Passion of the Christ. No one says fuck.
Yeah, see? Exactly.
Yeah.
The guy made a table at the beginning, so they had tables, but they didn't have the word fuck. What's that all about?
I don't know.
And
maybe there's no word for fuck in Aramaic.
Yeah, I would like to see Jesus yell fuck while he's on the Christ. On the cross,
Yeah,
on the Christ.
You would have thought he wasn't enough pain to get one out, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck!
Yeah,
I hit myself with a hammer, I yell that all the time. I have a nail driven through my hand, hell yeah, I'm gonna be swearing.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Fucking me. Ah!
And then, so what if The Matrix was rated PG-13? Would you think it'd been as good?
It's rated R?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, it's rated R.
What about The Matrix made it R?
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's rated R.
All right. Well,
Now,
you're the fucking producer.
The second two have to be PG-13, right?
I think so.
Be.
Well, because
I'm googling this right now.
You've got Bond movies.
Did Neo whip his dick out or something?
Dr. No, where he shoots somebody sitting right there, like point blank, just kills this guy sitting in this chair. And that movie was rated PG, and that was decades before The Matrix. And then The Matrix.
That's 1960s PG. And for Dr. No, Morpheus needs to whip out his dick and say, "Get a fucking look at this." That's where you use the F-bomb right there.
Yeah, there's barely
exactly
blood. There's barely any blood in the Matrix.
They're all fake. They're all computer people.
Yeah. No, I have to believe that was some fucking late 90s Christian mom shit that made the Matrix R, because I don't believe that.
Mafia shit. same thing why Mortal Kombat was rated M. Is because of the blood, because it was so hardcore in the 90s.
Thanks
I
a lot,
didn't
Tim.
rate it R. I'm just telling you what happened.
No, I'm offended by being rated R. That's terrible. Why'd you do this, Paul?
Yeah, no, look, I've never
You're
seen
welcome.
Paul in a fighting against rated R movies. That's all I'm saying. I've never seen it. So
I want movies to be rated R, not so they can just say fuck all the time. As interesting and as fun as that would be, I don't want that so they can say fuck. I feel like if a movie's rated PG-13, the first thing I think of is, what are they cutting out of this movie so they could get PG-13? What of this quote unquote art are we not seeing so we can see PG-13 so younger kids can go see it? It's like, what a waste of time for most of the part. Now, if it's PG, I think it's kind of like a kid's movie, so it's a little different. But PG-13 is like in between. Like, just go for the full R, people. Come on.
Yeah, let's just remove PG-13 altogether and say kids can watch R-rated movies at 13.
Or
how about that?
Yeah,
or
like in the old days.
There
Hell yeah.
Different rating between PG-13 and R.
Oh, that's
that
too
you
much.
could more cuss words, but without more violence.
No, but what's
Well, then you
violence
get back
without
into the
swearing?
Yeah, then you get back into
Yeah.
the what's arbitrary, and
Damn right.
you got to pick a number or pick a level of blood. I don't know. It's drawing too many lines. It's making too many rules for me at that point. Either everybody can see it or nobody can see it. I don't understand why there's any in between.
Should the movie rating have their own flag, like the gays?
What?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, I was the point I was saying is that it doesn't matter. It's a bad joke. It was a bad joke. It didn't land. My fault. Might be.
No, that crashed.
Rewind it.
That crashed and burned.
Yeah.
Good thing we're not.
Chop
good thing
it
we're
out.
not live. Good lord.
God damn.
All right, so here's a question, because we're talking about ratings too. By the way, did any of you ever get prevented from watching a rated R movie when you were younger? Because that never happened to me.
Well,
No. My parents were just like, here, fucking, you can go see whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah, well,
my parents didn't care either, but I'm talking like nobody at the theater said shit to me. I never once got carded or anything like that. They didn't care. They just sold you the ticket and you went on in.
Okay, well,
No, the one time I ever got stopped was going to see Titanic, of all fucking movies. And my mom had to go up, buy the ticket for me, take me to the door, and then as soon as I got in there, she left and got rid of her ticket, went and returned it, and they let me go in anyway, so it didn't matter.
You must be this old to see Kate Winslet's tits.
Yeah, well, they were nice. Not gonna argue. Actually, it's funny. I went into Titanic and I went into the wrong theater, and I walked in an hour late to the movie. Like, it started an hour before I got there. I did not notice. Like, it took me 10 years to realize I had missed the first hour of the movie. Apparently nothing happens in the first hour of Titanic.
Well, some James Cameron movies be like that. Not all.
The boat goes on a sail and then it crashes. That's about it. Sum it up in 3 seconds.
Yeah, I started out with the titties, and I'm like, damn, this movie's great.
All right. I hear water running, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. So that wraps up our trash and treasure tour of PG-13 F-bombs, the cinematic equivalent of giving a toddler one sticker and watching them immediately put it on the dog. Some movies use their one shot like Legends. Others treated it like a clearance rack impulse buy. If you learned something today, that's honestly concerning. If you didn't, congratulations, you're normal. Meanwhile, we'll be here next time, continuing our lifelong mission of overthinking the absolute dumbest corner of film history, because apparently this is who we are now. Remember, we don't judge these films because we're petty. We judge them because we're passionate, and also a little petty. Join us next time on Movie F Words.
Go fuck yourselves.